Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going live. So we got ghosted again.
Yes, we got 100% ghosted. He said that he doesn't feel comfortable and he feels like he's going to be attacked.
How can people be like professionals and not be comfortable going on a live stream? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I was asking him about, like, hey, we're not even diving into your business. We just want to see your perspective on finance.
I have
And
no respect for somebody that wants to pitch a product and can't come on a live stream. I'm done. When they won't come on, I'm done. I have no interest in hearing what they have to say after that.
Yeah, his story was interesting. It's like, just jump on for like 10 minutes.
All these people on Facebook, I could show you probably 100 of them. You know, they come in with these copy trades and stuff like that, and I invite them on. Here's a bunch of them right here, actually, and they don't want to come on. You know, so if you have a product and you're not confident enough to come on a live stream, I have no use for you or your product. You know.
Yeah, which is interesting. I want to see what he says because he's.
Did you record it?
No.
Oh shoot! I was hoping you could put it on speaker.
Yeah, he called me when I'm at Starbucks, and I'm like, "Hey, just jump on." He's like, "No, I can't." And then the whole story about because he went through my channel, and I'm like,
"You should have just had him on the phone and joined, and just had him on the phone."
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, well, for the regular audience, we were going to have something different today, but we got ghosted again by a supposed professional.
Yeah.
So go figure.
And the weird thing is he's posting on his Facebook right now.
What's his name?
Yura.
Yura? How do you spell it?
Here, let me send it to you.
Okay. So for the regular audience on here, like I said, we're trying to do something different, but didn't work out. We were going to have a professional Forex trader on, but you can't be too professional if you're afraid of a live stream. You know.
Oh. Here. Here. I'll send it to his Facebook right now. Give me a second.
Okay. See, I'm not talking dividends, so I've only got one person on.
Give me 1 second. I'm on my phone and tablet.
The audience already trying to direct the conversation back to dividends. We'll probably end up there.
I sent you the link.
Okay. I had a commenter say he bought more SVOL and Goya. Okay. Oh, look who showed up. We have Paul Varden sighting. Where have you been the last couple of live streams? We were supposed to have a one tonight, but didn't work out.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a call right back. See if he answers.
Yeah, do it. Have some fun.
Yeah, but thanks, man. If he doesn't answer, this is actually a pain in my ass right now because I feel like I wasted too much time.
Yeah.
He's in Vegas too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a big issue with meeting up with people because my last time this happened.
Oh, I pulled up his profile here. So this is a real person.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me hit you back. All right. Hello.
What was the first impression? Oh, lost him. Oh well. Well, I see 4 of you on. Thanks for joining here. Yeah, we might get into gold and stuff like that. You had some pretty pointed questions for Andre last time, so we'll see. We'll see if he comes back. We were supposed to have a professional Forex trader, but he. I just looked at his Facebook, and we did confirm he's a real person, but I'm not too impressed. Like I said, if you're not confident enough to come on a live stream and you have some profession or product that you sell, no respect from me, you know. So anyway, well, there's let's see, Glenn first. Thank you for joining. What have people been buying? For me, I haven't bought anything since TSLY. So I might actually change the title of this thing here, because I know if it's not dividends, it's not going to get too many views. So let's see. This was kind of a, I didn't really have anything planned for this. This was just off the cuff, which most of my live streams are anyway. But we can get into whatever you all want to get into. We can talk about whatever. This will be a free for all. But I've been trying to get a lot of these people on here. You know, these people that pitch like copy trades and stuff like that, and they usually clam up, you know, when they're faced with the prospect of coming on to a live stream. So with that being said, RA. Oh, let me look that up. Let's see here. Let's see. RA, that is Brookfield Real Assets, hence the name RA. Income fund. By the way, Varden, did you like that beer that I put a picture up of? I was waiting for you to comment on that. I thought that was a cool beer. I'll show that just in case the audience hasn't gotten to see that yet. Horizon has a trading challenge. It's free and you can win money. What's Horizon? What's this Horizon thing you speak of? Oh, RA is way down. Well, it's not that bad actually. It's down like $1. Yield 14.45%. How long has this one been around? Starts this week. Post the link. Post the link. Oh, this one's been around since 2016. Down 27%, but I assume the dividend offsets that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to change the title here. Let's see here. And some people celebrate Halloween early. They ghost you, you know, like our guest we were supposed to have on today, but I'll just have to change the title. We'll just talk dividends again, more dividends. Let me do this here. You know, I can't believe that channel, that Unconventional Wealth Ideas, has already surpassed me in subscribers. I can't believe that. And views, too. And I've been at this for like 2 years. I'm disappointed in myself, I guess. But I'd like to, if someone knows that person, I'd like to get him on eventually here. Maybe we can compare notes. All right, let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna just change the title to something stupid here. Just get the word dividend in there. All right, let's see. Change to something dividend related. There we go. All right. See, we have to adapt on the fly here. So, all right. So that's the end of that person. I would never have that person or talk to them again. Horizon is an ETF fund company. Let's get a link. How about posting a link? I'm a Florida guy. I need, you know, I can't just navigate the interweb so easily. Howdy from Denny Keaton. Fine SVOL. Higher returns versus dividend growth. Who wins in the end? Who do you think? Who do I think? Probably dividends, probably in the long run. Doorgunner says, when do we think we will find out what the APLY dividend will be? Well, we can try to apply our brains, our analytical minds, and some of you already have, and you came up with some number. But you're asking, oh, you're asking what, not when. It's probably going to come next month, but it's probably going to be around, I don't know, 30 or 40 cents, just coming up with that off the top of my head. Someone on here went into detail and calculated based on the implied volatility and whatnot. They implied a dividend based on implied volatility. How's that? Let me see here. Let me see if Andre is going to join back here. We haven't done a joint podcast in a while. Let's see. Boo. Gotta respond here. Oh god, another one of these stupid crypto copy trades people. Just when you think you've found a sincere person on Facebook, it's another one of these stupid copy trade scammers. All right, had to rough them up. All right, let me ask him if he's joining. Actually, let me call him. When will we find out? Good question. Probably, yeah, I think I said in June. Yeah, I want to get him back on because I know you have some pointed questions. So I'm gonna call and see what's going on here.
Hello?
Hey, are you joining back?
I cannot. I'm driving back home right now.
Oh, darn, because some of the audience had questions for you about gold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Actually, hey, real quick, maybe you want to ask him real quick? Type in the comments here.
I called him twice and he didn't answer back.
Oh, I know, but one of my audience members, they like to talk about gold and stuff, and I think he had a question for you. If he can get it typed in here real quick, I'll tell you. So
okay, I'll do that right now.
So hurry up. His name's Paul Varden. You've seen him before. So hurry up and type. Come on. He's on a tight schedule here. We're waiting. Cue the Jeopardy music.
Thank you. All right, let me type it right now. Give me a second, bro.
Yeah.
All right, it's on your channel. All right, obviously it's on the channel.
What?
Yeah, I'm done typing right now.
Okay. Come on, type, Mr. Varden. You're on the clock. Come on. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give him like 30 seconds to type a question. If he doesn't come up with a question, I'll just let you go.
All right, I'm here. I got it.
Come on, people. I thought you had questions here. No Forex trading, everyone on level ground. That's all you got, really? Oh, he's on. Oh, are you just going to be in the chat or what? Do you want to stay on here? All right. I'll just here. I guess I'll just be in the chat. This is fun. We're kind of like ad-libbing here. What's your question? Still haven't gotten a question from you. The YieldMax coin could be spicy when it comes out. YieldMax coin. I'm gonna have some fun here. I'm gonna call. I think I'm gonna call one of these stupid copy trades people. Let's see here. Yeah, we got ghosted by the by the Forex person. I'm disappointed in you, Paul. I thought you had all kinds of questions for Andre. He hasn't been on in a while, and he came on just for you. So let's see here. Let me see if this person answers me. Have some fun here. They don't know they're live. Probably not going to answer. This is the person, by the way. She's not going to answer. Bunch of cowards. They want to push their sales products and they don't want to answer a freaking call. So, all right, Paul, what challenge do you want us to do? Like, you want us to compare? Because we don't invest the same. I do these risky dividend stocks. He does a lot of precious metals and Forex and stuff like that. So we're not like apples to apples investors. So what challenge do you want us to do? You'll have to specify. Let me see here. I'm just gonna, instead of trying to get these stupid copy trades people on, I'm just gonna start calling them. It's gonna be like an ambush, I guess, because they won't know they're live. Since they're afraid to come on live, they'll just come on live unknowingly. I don't know. Does that seem right to do? These people are scammy, so I don't. As far as I'm concerned, like they're trying to sell garbage. So all chivalry is out the window with these people. So anyway, YieldMax Coinbase ETF. When do you think that's coming? When do you think that's coming? I wonder. Oh, let me do this here. Let's see. So I got that. It's a funny title. If you guys see what I changed the title to. All right. Got to have some fun every now and then. So I talked about Clip yesterday. For all of those of you all that wanted to hear about my opinions on Clip, I did talk about it yesterday. Let's see here. All right, I'm caught up on comments. Oh, let me screen share here. Oh, excuse me. Go to my main YouTube page. Anyone in the audience by chance in the medical profession? Kind of wondering. I have like this pain in my left thigh that really came on sharp today, and I had to cut it short at the gym. Actually, never had that happen. I'm not used to having pains and stuff like this. Where's your link? What link? I don't see a link on here. Oh, Engineer Blake showed up. They published my more recent TSLY article. Probably not worth reading word for word since not much of it's going to be new, but worth a skim through. What's the title of it? Maybe I can skim through it. Tonight's kind of a free-for-all because we got ghosted by a professional Forex trader who wasn't professional enough to come on. So no idea about the Coinbase ETF. Just think it might be volatile. Probably, if it's going to be Coinbase and YieldMax. I mean, as YieldMax investors, we're kind of used to things being volatile, right? Let's see now. Oh, what was I doing? I want to show this screen here. See, look here. Look at my community tab. Look, they made a beer just for me. Isn't that cool? It's a local brewery. I thought you all would like this. See that? And then the other poll that not poll, but community post I made that was kind of funny, at least I thought it was the new CEO of Twitter. Look at that lady there. She looked familiar. So just thought I would share that, and that'll be the end of that for now. TSLY is currently converting volatility into a 39.69% annual yield. Yeah, that's about what I calculated it to be too. Magnesium helps muscles. Yeah, I might have to. I think I have some. I might have to take some of that again. Where's the link? Still waiting on the link. Just post it here. So okay, all right. What else do we want to talk about? I think the links aren't showing up because YouTube chat is set. Really? How do I change that then? I'm glad you guys are pointing this out because someone else complained that they were blocked the other day. Well, what you can do, do this. Post like in the general comment section after the video is over. Just post in the general comment section. So, all right. Yeah, so TSLY 40%. So that's good. And let's see what else here. What else do we have here? Okay. All right, any other funds anyone wants me to look into? We can go over the market, how the market did today. I think we were up because there's hopes of a debt ceiling deal, I guess. Futures are all down tomorrow, actually. So that's annoying. Another annoyance with Yahoo here is that it only shows once the market's closed, it shows futures basically, and it doesn't show like what. Oh God, AT&T. AT&T. I'm still in AT&T, but it's not one I really enjoy looking at. Of course, Icon Enterprises is getting there too. See, you start talking stocks like this, I start sweating. See, so well, I guess we could look into that. Let's see what we got here. That's that. Oh, today, how did we do? Oh, look, Icon Enterprises is up 47 cents today, 1.37%. So let's see. Today, the Dow was up 408. The NASDAQ was up 157. The S&P was up almost 49. So pretty good day across the board. That's 1.19% for the S&P, 1.28% for NASDAQ, 1.24% for the Dow. So yeah, pretty good across the board here. Uh-oh. Let me see something here. All right. So I wonder if this will continue. Take-Two. Oh, there's a company I haven't seen in a while. Take-Two. Take-Two was doing really well during the pandemic. Was that TTWO? I guess there's some movement there. Yeah, give me a second here. Oh, look at there. We're up almost 12 bucks. How about that? Oh man. Wonder what drove that. This woman that I tried to call, this what do you call it, copy trade scammer. Wouldn't want to have issues for him in regards to calls from. She must be flirting with me. She didn't want her husband to see she was getting calls from another man. So now we've gone from talking about copy trades to her being concerned about me calling. This, you can't make this stuff up. This is funny. And I was just calling through the Facebook feature here. Please, let's be guided. Okay. So I guess now she's flirting. And she's got Bible verses on her Facebook. Go figure. You can't script this stuff. These people. So we get ghosted by for one, if you all are keeping track here, we get ghosted by a professional Forex trader. Then I have a copy trades person that's actually was talking to me about the last people we had on the podcast. The last guests, if you remember, they were from that scammy, what was it? What was that thing again? Because Andre figured out real quick that they were a scam, but they actually fooled me into signing up for a month, but I canceled and got my money back. It was called, shoot, what was it called now? It was so important, I forgot it. iBoomerang was what it was called, and it was like a travel agency on one hand, and it was some kind of a Forex platform on another hand. So they actually had the cojones to come on, but we grilled them pretty good. But this woman that was messaging me, she was actually asking me. She started asking me what my experience was with that. So I said, okay, a legit person, because most of the people that message me on Facebook are trying to sell copy trades and other scammy crap. Everybody's selling something, basically. So what I try to do, I try to get them on. So this lady, after we talk about that, she segues into copy trades. And then I got irritated and I said, oh, you're another copy trades person. Then I try to call her through Facebook, and then she starts like flirting with me basically, and says she's worried that her husband might see that, you know, another man is calling her. But like I said, she's got Bible verses on her Facebook profile. So people are funny, to say the least. All right, let's see. Oh, we got an answer on something I was just saying a minute ago here. I'll get to AT&T in a second. Just having too much fun with all this craziness here. TSLY, I'm up on. I'm dripping into it. Well, that's good. Got to drip into something, right? Oh, like Arnold, I'll be back. All right, good. So here we go. So I'm guessing Take-Two announced a Grand Theft Auto 6. So are they on game number 6 now? I haven't played that game in so long, but my video game days are kind of behind me. Just haven't really, you know, there was a time I could spend hours playing video games, but who knows? You know, if I ever get back into it, maybe I should do like a YouTube channel, another channel where I just live stream myself playing video games, because I see a lot of those channels. It still boggles my mind that people will actually watch other people playing games. Now, I used to be really good at some of the sports games, like Madden football. Like I was like a pro at that. I could actually live stream myself playing that. There was a running joke. Our football team here in Tampa, the Bucks, they're known to be really historically bad, even though they have 2 Super Bowls. So when they were really, really sucky, I would just play Madden, and I would actually do good as the Bucks on a Sunday instead of watching the Bucks suck. So that was like a running joke there for a while. But good. So that's why they're up 12%. Yeah, wasn't that funny with that lady? Yeah, that's something else. See, you just can't get this entertainment on any other channel. You know, that's what makes this channel fun to watch, even though somehow I'm getting beat out by that unconventional wealth ideas now. Maybe I just need to do more unconventional stuff, but hey, I'm trying to. All right, Glenn Furs says, can anyone recommend a research tool that determines holding overlap in multiple funds at the same time? In other words, more than 2. Holding overlap in multiple funds at the same time. I'm not sure about that, but I know you can go to other sites, which I've done, and you can look up like how to compare Tesla to TSLY. I'll do that again at some point. But yeah, so that's that. Okay, so Take-Two we figured out. One of you wants to look at AT&T, which, yeah, AT&T is, I haven't looked at it in a while, but, you know, let's see here. Oh, AT&T, wow, $16.66. I can't even believe I'm seeing that. Kind of crazy. I remember when this was like a $45 stock. And, you know, this is one that never really recovered from the big crash in 08 and 09. So let's see. Our last peak was like December of 2019, almost $30, but we haven't been at like $45 since like, shoot. I thought we were there in 16, but it's not showing now. Did this split? It's still paying a 6% dividend, but I know I'm way down. I probably lost most of my money in AT&T. I should probably just take the loss because this is garbage. But they do have that that girl, what's her name, the spokeswoman, Lily, but she hasn't boosted the stock too much. So, oh well. July 19th is the next earnings. Now look at this. That's odd. They beat earnings the last 4 quarters, but it's not helping. That's why, you know, I feel like sometimes fundamentals are disconnected from the actual performance of the stock. We tend to see that a lot. So let me see here. Uh-oh. Oh, Andre's back. Yeah, he's driving home, I think. Driving and seeing this. Oh, good. Almost home, 10 minutes. Why do we have the number 666 up here? I know that has to do with money or love of money or something. That's funny. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Oh, I like this one. Scammers often use Bible verses to try to convince people they're honest. That and telling you how honest they are every 5 minutes. You know, they do get me on that sometimes. If I see that and I see veteran stuff, my guard kind of drops a little bit, but you got to be careful. You are right. Sending you an email of stock market challenge. Oh, good. Somebody else found my email. I'm so glad. You know, most of the audience was having a hard time finding my email, but I'm glad we're finally able to, because I did put it up there in plain view. So, all right, Andre is up for the challenge. Let's go. Yeah, stocks also, Horizon ETF. I'll look at that now. I've got to start monitoring my email inbox a little bit better. I use that as overflow for my main one because, oh, you know what? You're right. How did I miss that? I'll get to that in a second, but that's where the 3 6s were coming from. Yeah, for some reason, can't send links in YouTube for some reason. I saw that, but I overlooked it. Yeah, you're right. There's 3 6s in the AT&T stock price. Wow, that's nuts. Maybe I should tell that lady that AT&T stock price. Maybe I should tell her she should buy some of that. That'll scare her off. Anyway, all right. So what else do we want to talk about here? Any other ideas? Any other funds or whatnot? I really want to get one of these copy traders on here. One of these copy trades people. I have another one I'm working on, but anyway, anybody else have anything? Should I stay on, Andre, until you're back home? I can keep it going, but you know, I mean, I can always find stuff. I never run out of things to talk about. It's just how many of you all want to, you know, I mean, give me some fund ideas or something here. What was I looking for now? Huh. Okay. What else now? Oh, I want to look at that email. That's what I was thinking. SVOL. Yeah, you know, we haven't had an SVOL discussion in a while. Email does not show up on YouTube app. Yeah, I noticed that. You're right. I thought that was only a Florida thing, but that's everywhere, you know. But I did notice that. You have to actually be on like the desktop app. So you're right about that. So that's why I put it up, because it makes it easier. So let's see. We will look at SVOL. Let me see if this email came through here. Am I doing any option strategies? Oh God, you know, I'm in like 5 options that they're probably going to expire worthless because I haven't been following them too close. So it's actually taken me into the red for the year. I should have got out of them, but I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking we were going to be into like a solid bull market by now. I did get your email, Paul, so thank you for that. And you have the same name you use on here. That's cool. Some people's are different. So cool. All right. Well, I'm starting to connect with some of you on email. So that's cool. And I'm going to get a Discord going eventually here. Railroads are great. Okay, if you say so. What about these high-speed rails? TELUS, TD, OMFL. So these are all ones we can look at. And I did get your email the other day, Hoffman. I'll respond, you know, as soon as I can. So, all right. And I'm looking forward to, I definitely want to get that Discord going for sure. For some reason, I get emails when my live stream goes live, and YouTube took the funniest still picture of me. I don't know what I was doing there, but I don't even remember doing that, but that's the picture they took. So, all right. Having fun today. People are crazy. I didn't tell that lady that I ran a live stream. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, with salespeople, the normal courtesies you would extend to most people, you know, kind of out the window, because these people, you know, they're not good people. They're trying to separate you from your money, right? They're scammers. So they're not good people. So I mean, do they, you know, I don't care if I call someone and they don't know they're live and they think they're talking to me. I don't know. Just they don't deserve the common courtesies, in my opinion. Anyway, all right. So which one are we gonna look? Oh, SVOL. SVOL. Let me see. SVOL. Yeah, we got a dividend in this one the other day, didn't we? Simplified volatility. Am I still sharing my screen here? Let me see. I think I am. I'm afraid to walk around because my leg's really killing me. Okay, so we're at 22.12, up 10 cents in the after hours, or 0.45%. We're up another 6 cents. I'm sorry, this was today, but in the after hours, we're up another 6 cents, or 0.27%. Look at that. Dividend still a solid almost 18%. I haven't seen much movement or much change in a while. And then let's see here. Is SCHD better now that they cut back bank exposure? I don't really follow SCHD, but Varden says no, going down like a rock. Well, let me look since you mentioned it. Let me look here. Let's see. $70, 3.64. We've had a big run up basically since the start of the pandemic. Well, let's see. 2019 it's 57. It dropped to like 40, 45 March 1st, then ran up 80% by 2021. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, you're right. It is kind of falling like a rock. It's like that roller coaster. 69, but it was, well, it's gone down like $8, which, you know what that means? That means we get a dividend raise if we're in it. Well, I shouldn't say we because I'm not in it, but those of you that are in it, your dividend percentage goes up when the price of the fund drops. And I know a lot of you get that math, but, you know, sometimes can't find an email. I'm just kidding. I know it's only on the desktop app. I might look into getting into VIG over SCHD. What is VIG? I wish, you know, I have to almost go back and watch these because there's so many funds that you guys point out. I need to take notes. So this is Vanguard Dividend Appreciation Index Fund. 1.92%. Not appealing to me. We're up like $8 since March. So that's good, I guess. But $155 for a 2% yield. You can do better than that, I would think. So, okay, that's SVOL. Let me look up a couple more of these on, let's see, OMFL. I keep wanting to say OMFG. Yeah, I know. I saw it. I saw your first one there. So 1.58%, not great, it seems like, for the price, just off the top of my head here. You're paying $47 to get like a 1.6% dividend yield. Oh, look at that. That percentage matches my subscriber count, 1.58. We're about to go to 1.59, actually. But somehow I'm getting beat out by this Unconventional Wealth Ideas channel. It's in my head now. Because I don't know, I've been at this for I feel like almost 2 years, and it's disappointing to see another channel come in and surpass my subscribers. Anyway, maybe we can get this person on. What I think I'm going to do, I may just show like my dummy trade account, my $200,000. You know, if you join Thinkorswim, they give you like $200,000 in play money, fake money, obviously. But I could show that, buy all TSLY, and say, look how much I'm getting in dividends, and maybe that'll make things go. You know, maybe that'll make the views get even higher. Who knows? Yeah, ETF database. Oh, you're right. That is a good one. Yeah, I should go there instead of Yahoo. So let's see. Take this off, and then we'll go ETFDB. Isn't it? Yeah, etfdb.com. Give me a second here. All right. So should I search them on here? Dang. I've downed 2 of these drinks since I've been back home. All right. VIG gets about 12%, I'm assuming, return dividend plus growth. So you're factoring in total return. He sells fast returns on dividends, but never takes into account total returns. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, I just look at that percentage, but I know you all are focused on total return. Oh, we have a Mark Brunswick sighting. What's on your hat? I keep seeing your hat, but I can't tell what's on it. Do I like MO stock? Is that Let me see if I remember. Is that Altria? I want to say. Yes, it is. Altria. I haven't seen an Altria mentioned in a while. So it's an 8.25% dividend yield, which is nice for a stock. But, you know, Varden is right. Total return is key because you can look at a stock like IEP, and right now it's yielding 25%. But why is it yielding 25%? Because it's dropped so high. No, you're thinking Philip Morris, the tobacco company, which also sells really good candies and stuff like that. Like, have you ever had Toblerone? It's like a fine chocolate and stuff like that. So really good, not just tobacco, but I think Philip Morris pays a solid dividend too. So Altria, I'm looking at Altria here, looks kind of choppy since the start of the year. We bottomed out 40, 43, 46. So it hasn't fluctuated that much. Would have been a nice call option here between March 23rd and May if you happen to see this. Those are the ones you want to catch there, those run-ups there. So 8.25%. We're basically like flat for the year, actually. Engineer Blake, the Unconventional Wealth Ideas channel, is also taking on significant margin and only partially hedging it. I would love to ask him some questions about cross-asset hedging. Well, let me ask you, so how would you compare that channel to me? I know I haven't really gotten into my own portfolio in a while because it's been, I guess, too easy to just come on here and do live streams and whatnot with all of you. But I feel like I need to step up my game because I've officially been surpassed by a channel that's only been at this for like a few months, it seems like, who wasn't even covering financial content. If you look a few months ago, doesn't even look like, or I'll have to look again. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I shouldn't mention all these others too much here. All right. Oh, no, wait a second. Unless they merged, I don't think Altria owns. Well, here's my question. He looks fairly young. He may even be younger than me. So I want to know what he does for a living. That's what I want to know because the portfolios he's showing, he's got a lot of money for someone his age. I mean, he's probably younger than me. So, yeah. See, I'm probably the opposite. I have finance experience, but not as much trading. Well, I do trade a lot, but you see where that gets you, right? MO does smoking and vaping. I thought, ooh, I may need to look into that. I'm just kidding. You know, it seems like a lot of people are into the vaping stuff. I'm starting to notice. I was making a joke the other day. There's all these smoke shops popping up everywhere. Like you got car washes, smoke shops, every little suburb that there is, and they look cool. I mean, they're really. I thought about just going in one, you know, just to see, like, hey, if I wanted to get this device or apparatus, like what all does that entail? You know, I've thought about just walking in one and just kind of kind of looking around. But anyway, tell them I run a YouTube channel. One of the shops had like the Bored Ape, you know, the NFT on the door. So, but yeah, Philip Morris. What's the ticker for Philip Morris? PM. It's PM. 93.49. It's a 5.35% dividend. How are they doing? Down 7.71%. Bottomed out in March. Well, not really bottomed out. They haven't fluctuated that much, but kind of choppy. You see a lot of cyclical choppiness here. Let's see. So you thought they do smoking and vaping. What does Altria do? I'll have to look. Okay, we addressed that one. Thought he's been trading for over 20 years. It's hard to find traders who have been at it for more than 10. Oh, we got a super chat. And you know what? I think you may be tied for number one. I appreciate you. I really do. So thank you. YouTube will take 30% of that now. But hey, you guys are awesome. I love my fans. I really do, especially those of you that super chat me. No, all of you all are awesome. Really appreciate that, though. Made my day. Tough to find 5% margin in a trustworthy broker. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that contest can help you show your strategy. Well, if you have a discernible strategy, I'm not sure that I do at this point. The good thing, I would tell you, my whole allocation, which I guess I could cover this one day again. I've had a video I did like a year ago. Because I know like a year ago, all these YouTube channels started popping up that were criticizing the big ones, and I said, "Oh, that's going to happen to me one day." So when I was talking all these options and risky things like that, I thought, what was I going to say now? I said, let me do the whole pie of my how I invest, basically. So the options and things like that. The funny thing, the most interesting. I'm going to keep this comment up here. It's really awesome. But the most interesting topics basically represent a really small portion of the portfolio. So for me, I would say, and I'll pull this up. I've got real estate, which is like probably 40%, 401k, which is like another 40%, and then brokerage accounts, which are like another 10 to 15%. So it's only 5% that I'm really risky and that I do options and stuff like that. So even if I lose all of that, I still have the other 95% of the portfolio that's in pretty risky stuff in the 401k and whatnot, but they're index funds, so they're not something that's gonna like really drop off. But anyway, all right, so we're really crushing it here on the comments. Let's see, we're getting some shade cast at what's his face. So one of you said this guy's been investing for 20 years. I'd be surprised if the guy's 20 years old, honestly. This is going to be funny if I get him on, because I know I've said a lot. At least I'm real. You know, what can I say? Some of you obviously appreciate that. Total return is key. Mo is the smoking one. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got that one. You thought Altria owns Philip Morris. Smoking and vaping. Yeah, awesome stuff. Right? Just watch for the THC in the vapes. They can mix it in. Next thing you know, you're drinking and you're high. Unknowingly, sometimes. Let's see here. Oh, this is the one. He's been trading for over 20 years. It's hard to find traders who have been at it for more than 10. Are you talking about that same channel? Because I can't imagine, unless it's apparent that unless he's the face of the channel and it's apparent, I can't imagine he's been trading for 20 years. I haven't been trading for 20 years. You know, how long have I been trading? Maybe 10? Now that I think about it. His theory is flawed. All he does is manage that portfolio. It pays him almost 10K per month. And at one point he mentioned he pays about 6,000. Oh, well, that's no fun. 10,000 and then you're paying 6,000 in fees? To who? And then you said, yeah, that contest can help show your strategy. And then got the favorite comment of the evening here, which I didn't even solicit super chat. So that's really awesome of you. I think you're tied for the #1 super chat in the history of this channel. So, tough to find 5% margin trustworthy broker. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Andre's back. Super chat. Killing it. Yeah, thank you. Feel free to join back on if you want in the live stream. I wonder if there is a sinful ETF. Oh, of course. Like for all the vices. Maybe I'll send the ticker to that woman along with that AT&T stock price. I'm sure there is. Like all the vices, right? Those are the most fun investing. What are the rules of this contest? Check it out. Horizon ETF's website. Wow, having fun this evening. All right. Just looked up Altria as the parent company. Oh, it is? But so I wonder how that works then. If they're traded, they're separate companies, but Altria is the parent. So interesting. Jim Cramer inverse. Oh, I did a video on that. I've got to look that up again. I think I had someone showing up on here named Neil, but I think that he hasn't been on in a while. I probably said something that ticked him off. He was a little different than most of us anyway. He said bacon was bad, so I that was kind of a sign there that we disagreed on some things. S Jim, yeah, it's like Slim Jim. He's 36. He's 36. That guy. I thought he was like a kid. I thought he was like in college or something. He's really 36. That's hard to believe. Wow. I guess some people really take care of themselves. Wow. So yeah, he's like way older than me. And I didn't start trading. Honestly, I wasn't exposed. The funny thing, I wasn't exposed to finance. Like I learned it all in college. So my first stock that I bought was probably when I was like 20 or 21. And of course I studied finance in school. But the only thing I would hear my dad talk about like his 401k and whatnot. But I could kind of tell, I have to be careful because some of my relatives watch this, but I almost said something stupid. Well, his forte is CDs and whatnot. I wouldn't call that a forte, but yeah, the thing is, most people, the retail investor doesn't have a really thorough understanding of the markets and how to invest, which separates rich from poor, as I say. So Slim Jim, yes, step into a Slim Jim. We'll look at that in a second here. Wear your sunscreen and all that. Yeah, I have for me, I have a pretty good skin tone, so I don't have to do that too much, but that is important. You don't want to be walking around. Well, I always say, like, people that, I don't know if this would be controversial or not, but like the less, like, if you're constantly getting sauced every day, people doing drugs and things like that, they age a lot faster. Because I can tell you, I've seen people that I went to high school with that are already balding, and it does a number on me because I'm like, that is crazy. Like, people that looked good in high school, like, and it's like, wow, I don't feel like I'm that old, but it's like, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, some people, it's genetics, but you got to take care of yourself too, for sure. Altria owns 100% of PM. How does that work? I would like to know too. Oh yeah, Jim Cramer inverse. Funny thing, so I pulled up, I'm getting distracted, I'm getting jittery here. I've had all this caffeine and stuff, but I pulled up the stupid, well, it's not stupid, it's a good site, ETF database, but I haven't done anything with it. So I've just been looking at comments here. Oh, look at that. It auto stars super chat. So that's the starred comment of the evening there. So we've got two categories. We've got live comments and starred comments. And we've got the star of the channel talking, right? Okay, we got a new one. Let's see here. My dad had me take a macroeconomics class as a night class with him when I was 15. It's never too early to get your kids interested in their own future. I agree. Like, if I had kids, I would definitely teach them at an early age, but it's weird because, it's tough in today's world because I've even experienced this too. Like, a lot of my peers and the younger generation, I'm kind of like at the cutoff between like millennial and Gen Z, but the kids coming up now, it seems like they've had everything they've wanted in life. So it's hard for them to appreciate things. And if I had kids, I'd want them to appreciate things, but I want them to be able to fit in at the same time. So it's kind of a tricky, because I went through this. If you kind of grown up to appreciate things, you're not necessarily going to fit in with people that have basically had everything their whole life. Now, granted, they could be in way more debt than you and stuff like that, but it's like they had a lot more fun than you. So, and it seems like it's almost like you get no reward, like the virtuous get no reward anymore. Because you look at the debt, like, that our government's running up and stuff like that. I'm about to go on a rant here, so be ready. But you look at the debt that our government's been running up and stuff like that, and it's almost like society, that's what they want with inflation and whatnot. It's almost like if you want to live like a full, you want to do everything you want to do. You want to, they say life is expensive, right? You would almost have to go in debt with all these prices for stuff, unless you're you can't really find deals anymore. Everything's expensive now. So it's almost like, I've spent all this time trying to be debt free and whatnot, but you look around you and it's almost like, well, what's the point? Everybody else is in debt, but that's no reason to change. So I kind of try to straddle that line as much as possible. Anyway, end rant. So yeah, there's L Jim and Slim Jim. You know what's funny? That person that I was talking about earlier, I don't know if he'll ever come back on, but he liked Jim Cramer. He was like defending Jim Cramer. I was almost like, you need to apply to be on his show. But yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. So anyway, sounds great. Up 30% this year, I think. What's up 30%? I was 47 when I paid off my student loan. Yeah, it's crazy. They take, like, the student loans with the interest and stuff like that. It's almost like you'll never be out of debt. And like people that become doctors and lawyers and whatnot, they're paying debts forever, it seems like. Luckily for me, I was able to go. I was able to go for my master's degree. It took me 6 years to do a dual master's degree, but I was only doing like one class part-time, basically. And my work paid for it. So I pretty much, I still had to buy books and things like that, but I pretty much came out of that debt free. But the debt I incurred, I would say, is experiences that I missed out on. So that's the flip side of that coin. But some people will say, it's like the grass is greener on the other side. If you're on this side, you got all this debt, you had more life experiences, but you're in debt. And you'll say, well, I wish I was that. But for me, it's like, you look at the other side of the fence, so to speak. So Engineer Blake says the Fed was forced to let inflation run a little to make our debt easier to pay off in the future. How do you figure that? Oh, look who showed back up. Andre's back. Guess you got
Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine.
Is this a debt question? It's a debt question?
Oh, I've lost track of the chat. We've had so many comments and stuff, but
all right.
I'm trying to discern this comment here. The Fed was supposed to let inflation run a little to make our debt easier. Well, how's the debt easier to pay off now? Because interest rates are like through the roof now. I'm trying to make sense of that. So, Andre, just so you know, this guy writes for Seeking Alpha. This Engineer Blake, he writes for Seeking Alpha.
Hey,
so he's
you don't mind if I
go ahead? What?
You don't mind if I handle that question?
Oh, your sound is kind of cutting out.
Oh, my bad. Do you mind if I handle that comment about the inflation with the Fed?
Oh, you can, because I can't make sense of it because the interest rates ran up. So it's the debt is more expensive now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like the debt is designed not to be paid off. This entire system is not to be paid off. So the interest rates can be whatever they desire. All they will need to do is just print away. It's just runaway inflation.
Yeah.
So I tell people like interest rates can be whatever they need to be. They can be 20%, 30%. It's still the only way to beat the purchasing power is for you to either exceed it, like out invest it, or get out of the dollar. Because this is kind of like how the basically a dying currency ends up being.
It's a lot harder now. I used to be able to outrun inflation I look at 2021 now as like the good old days, even though that was 2 years ago. But I used to be able to out invest inflation. Well, last year, I was probably down like 15 or 20%, and inflation was 9%. So it's like we were screwed either way.
And that's how they measure it in their corrupt way.
Arden has a nickname for you here. He calls you Andre 3000. I'm not sure what the 3000 is, but
it's from Outcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, one of my favorite rap groups. The Guzman showed up. So some of the West Coast people are showing up here. Good to see you.
The debt is not designed to be paid back in any result. The people who created the system of basically fractional reserve lending, or the debt-based system, their goal is to have a class of people be servant to another. That's why, for me, if I was a corrupt individual, I would have a federal or a central bank, and the central bank is designed to, one, control the money supply, or I would determine as currency supply. They have first pick up the purchasing power, and everyone else is secondary or last. So they will always be under your thumb. And
this is going to be a good discussion. This guy's an engineer, so let me read his comment here for the audience. Any debt you held before the inflation will be easier to pay off after the prices renormalized. The value of our money is going down. It will carry down the value of old debt with it. Now, let me just, before you go into that, my 2 cents on this. What was I going to say? Prices are not going to like renormalize. Like they're and I was just saying this the other day. I hope I'm wrong, but like what prices were 2 years ago, if inflation freezes, if it basically goes to zero, we're still going to be paying the prices we're paying right now. It just means they're not going to increase further. So he's saying any debt you held before the inflation will be easier to pay off. I don't know about that. So go ahead and have at it with that.
I mean, just say your debt's easier to pay off. What other money you're going to be having available? If the majority of Americans are on a fixed income, and to say prices do increase and quality does increase, the majority of your income is going to be allocated to other places. So even if your debt is cheaper, do you still have enough money to even pay for it? And is your job even still there? Because as our economy starts to fail even more, jobs will be gone away. I mean, I know the job numbers are considered fake now, and the way we measure inflation is bogus in my opinion. So I think it's going to be, even if you try to pay off the debt, you may be debt free, but you still can't afford anything.
Yeah, that's the flip side. And like I was just saying before you joined, I feel like with the way things are going with inflation, things costing so much, it's almost like people have to go into debt now just to afford things.
And I mean, this whole debt-based model only works if you're the issuer of the debt. Like, if you're the one who can create and print the debt, this entire debt-based system works for you. But the people on the receiving end, it's very difficult for us to benefit. So that's why I tell people, like, in my opinion, I think that since the dollar is going to die, like all fiat currencies are inevitable to zero. They're all will go to zero. So for me, as I see the dollar die, that's why I shifted my portfolio to overseas investing and also precious metals.
Yeah, something I should look into eventually.
And I just tell people, like, honest money always beats, in my opinion, honest money always beats corrupt money. And our politicians, I mean, they're really good at making it sound that we should increase our debt limit. They have always a good argument for it, but.
Well, the way I look at it, you know, it's different for the government versus like a household. So I can't say, like, say my house is worth $400,000. Say I have a mortgage, car loans, and whatnot. If I've maxed out my debt and I can't pay it at that point, I can't just keep on raising my credit limit. They're going to penalize me. But the government, that's basically what they're doing every time they raise the debt ceiling. So, but they say, pay our bills, pay our bills. You're not really, you're kind of pulling the rabbit out of the hat, more or less, which normal households can't do. Like, if I max out all my credit cards and stuff, I'm not going to just be able to say, hey, I want to go raise my debt limit so I can spend more money. It doesn't work that way, right? Anyway, let me address some of these comments here. So he was talking about some contest he emailed me. I'll look into it. I'm starting to get emails now from the audience. So free to join, top prize is cash money. Hoffman Unfiltered says the poor exist so the middle class go to work every day. Yeah, probably. Engineer has another good comment here. You're talking about the immediate future, the recession we're facing. I'm talking about after the economy restabilizes and we find a new normal. I
like that one. The definition of a new normal, like when I follow like people like Peter Schiff or Mike Maloney or other economists talk about the new normal, may be that you are more of a financial slave. And this is put in like in very simple terms. Like, you may have the same, you can go to the store, shop, and buy things, but it actually kind of goes into the social credit system a little bit more with the Fed cryptocurrency coming out, because the new normal may not be normal. It may be just in the sense of the social credit score when it comes out, maybe the new normal. Is that a good thing? And do you want that to be a new normal? Because I after this recession comes out, and I would say after this next president, after 2024, the new normal may be a very bad thing. Because the Fed, have you ever heard about the Fed coin going to be live now?
He's saying Fed now.
Yeah, the Fed the Fed coins going to basically turn off and turn on people's purchasing power. Yeah, I would say when it comes to Peter Schiff and talk about gold-backed cryptocurrency, I do agree. I would say this: I agree to anything being backed that is limited, that lasting. It can be silver, it can be platinum, it can be titanium, it can be any metal. I do prefer those precious metals first, but something that is real, because I study the cryptocurrency market quite a bit, and most cryptos are just tokens or just made up. They're not valuable in any sense, or their value is very minimal versus what their current price is. But I wish the dollar would go back to being backed by something other than the whole faith and beliefs of the United States government. Give me a second. And to go into that, guys, if you guys read this amazing document, it'll talk about how what we're currently doing with the Federal Reserve is, to me, is against the Constitution. We should be paying our bills with precious metals in a sense, but
so he says, go look up the cost of thriving index. I 100% agree with you about where we're heading. It's terrifying for the working class. Yeah.
I would say it is terrifying, but there is a solution. Because remember, these individuals are elephants. Elephants, they try to dip their foot in the pool, makes a big splash. So same thing when it comes to the markets. If the elephant makes a big move, like the Fed coin, they can't do things slowly. They can't do things fast. It's always big and very obvious. So when it comes to Peter Schiff, how he moved to Puerto Rico to evade the Fed coin and basically evade the Federal Reserve in a sense, what I would do is look at international, have a very good emergency fund, and try to get your income off of an employer somehow. Like have some supplemental income that's not connected to an employer, because I have a good feeling in the next coming years, employment is going to be very difficult. And it's going to be very difficult to keep up with the cost of purchasing.
Tell your parents to save money on wireless and give you a raise.
They have
Switch to Xfinity Mobile and save 45% over
Sorry about
Verizon.
that.
Oh,
It's not even the AT&T girl. It's a stupid Verizon ad.
oh,
Anyway.
Hey, do you mind if I answer this question for you, or answer the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How are we going to get out of this recession? So this is the recession can be measured in a few ways.
Are we in one? Because the definition changes a lot.
Yeah. I like the we're not in a recession. We're just slowing down.
Just the definition, is ambidextrous, I guess.
But when it comes to a market crash, there's different types. There's hyperinflation, there's inflation, there's deflation, and there's stagflation. So for this market, whenever recession that we get into, and the numbers are coming out very obvious, if we get into a stagflation, that is like the worst position, because it is going to draw this recession out for many, many years. It can be a 10-year recession if it's stagflation.
God, I hope not.
But if it's hyperinflation, inflation, or a deflation, we might see like a 5-year or 4-year. But the worst, in my opinion, is stagflation, because you can't win against anything. All markets would be flat, or prices you might have this balance or imbalance of things just doing this. Markets up, markets down, prices up, prices down. And it'd be difficult to win even on a dividend scale, because it'd be hard to keep up how do you say this? I think we talked about this in a couple videos ago about the supply chain, the supply chain being cut off.
I have to make a joke here. Of course, I still use Yahoo. Did you forget already?
What is that?
He jokes with me. He jokes with me about being from Florida. So
Florida's like the best state.
Yeah. See, unless you're from Canada, when you live in the United States, you realize the benefits of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, Florida, you got everything there. You got good beaches, no state taxes.
Mm-hmm.
A few years.
True. I wouldn't leave. Everywhere else is good to visit, not to live. I mean, you know. I had someone from New York. This person I was talking about before you joined, I don't think they follow me anymore, but he was kind of weird anyway. He was talking about how bad bacon was and stuff like that. He liked all the fake meats and stuff, but he said he was from New York City, and he was saying, "Oh, I feel the same way about Florida," because I said New York, like not so much upstate, but like the city. I was saying, great place to visit, not to live, and he's like, "Oh, I feel the same way about Florida," and I was like, "What?" I
mean, what reason do you have to live in New York?
Oh God,
like poverty. This is exactly.
Some of the audience is from Florida, so careful about.
No, not Florida. I love Florida. I'm talking New York. New York is like such a imbalance of state power versus like people. Like it's
a great point, pun intended.
Jim
People are getting funny in the comment section here.
Oh man, Jose Guzman, man, good point. Jim Rickards did talk about this. I actually supply chain. If you guys have time, there's a video. I'm sorry, there's a live tracker of all the tankers that go across the world. You should check that out, because ever since this Ukraine issue's been happening,
we pulled that up before. I remember. Yeah,
the supply chain has been interrupted somehow. And
I got to ask. Last time I logged into Seeking Alpha to read that article, was it a paid subscription? I can't remember, because I do tend to use free stuff, but I don't remember if Seeking Alpha was paid or not. But the engineer has another article. He just didn't want me to read it word for word. But the last one was so well written, I read the whole thing on here. He says we have no state taxes in Canada, because you don't have states, you have provinces, right? Play on words. I still think Canada's taxed more in a way. Anyway, and none of the hockey teams are still there. Oh well, $99 a year. That's extortion. Would never pay that.
You see,
Glenn Furs says the recession ends when real estate becomes affordable. When is that going to happen? For first-time buyers and when stocks are not overvalued. When in the world? When do you think like that hasn't happened in like 15 years?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like ever since like just if you just compare.
Ever since redundant. Oh well.
I mean,
I know, isn't it cool? We have a Seeking Alpha writer on here.
The recession ends when the real estate, because the problem with this is that we haven't had a ending of the recession. Like in my opinion, I think we've been in a constant recession since 2001. And to explain that is this: we have the Federal Reserve just papering over every single issue with their quantitative easing or any term that they want to do. So we don't have our markets a heal time. We just have paper over, and if a bank or business crash, they get bailed out. So there's no repercussions for failed business or failed investments. So our recession just gets papered over till we get to a new normal, kind of like after the 2007, 2008.
Yeah, typically.
And then the quantitative, if you guys look at the Fed's balance sheet, it just exploded during that time frame.
I'm glad NVDY is up over 300. I sold my call options back in February. I feel dumber by the day.
Oh,
doing that.
Here, actually, I still have my robots trading NVIDIA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should have kept those. I mean, that's one of the nicest stock charts you're going to see this year. It's like straight up. Man, I should have held it. I sold when it was like 235 when their earnings came out. Darn it. You know, they've recovered like since September. It's up like 169%.
Fire.
But he says don't buy.
Don't buy?
Well, I'm not going to be paying higher prices now. The sooner the better. No, we don't need people to lose their jobs. That's the BS narrative the Fed is pushing. We need QT. Keep on with the QT. Now, here's what I'm wondering. So the job market, the numbers look great in the job market.
You mean
I'm wondering, do you think that the job market is really like, is it reflecting the reality? Because I know people with MBAs that aren't getting in there. They can't get a decent job.
So if we have to break down those job numbers, remember, portion of it, a lot of the jobs were destroyed because of the government during the pandemic. And they're just recovering from those jobs. But are those jobs government jobs? Because the way they're measuring these jobs, because government jobs to me do not produce anything. They're a net value on the economy versus a.
So you think most of the job growth is government jobs?
Yeah, because think about it. Remember that IRS package of hiring thousands of IRS agents?
Because I know, and we're going to see this a lot next year. We're going to hear all the great job creation and whatnot that supposedly happened. But if you look, so what was there, like 10 million jobs that were temporarily lost during COVID, and they came right back. But the current administration claims, oh, we created all these jobs. Well, they came back after they were temporarily lost during the pandemic, right? But, you know, people take credit for that.
And then it's very interesting, those jobs, the quality of them. Because in Vegas, in this around the country, you'll see big businesses, they're just boarded up and shut down. And then they get replaced with a gig job. Is a gig job the same thing as a retail job or a factory job?
The gig economy.
Yeah, I mean, this gig market, which is, I mean, yeah, but are people making a living off of it? Or I would say they're attempting to at least.
So we had KJK Good showed up. He's the one that's been working on getting Jay from YieldMax on the channel. So he says NVIDIA is the Intel of this decade. And then Jose Guzman called me Tommy. He said you'll be able to buy back in soon. You think so? You think it's going to crash? Let me catch up on comments here. Most people think that Glenn hints why the market is trading sideways. Yeah, we'll see. Are they going to let it crash going into an election year? I mean, what do you think? I don't know. They're going to try to make it look good, I think.
To be honest with you, like the Fed is so behind President Biden that they will not, in my opinion, they will not let it fall too much. Like if they do let it fall, they'll just paper over it. They'll just give out those free checks to get their stocks back up. But they will do anything possible not to allow a President Trump or anyone like that doesn't fit the narrative.
Well, Jay Powell, he was appointed by Trump, but and Biden kept him.
But
let's see. Engineer said the job market's a big problem. We need unemployment to go up to like 5% before inflation will go down. The Fed has to keep leaning on everyone until something breaks. 5% still wouldn't be that bad. I mean, that's still, I think if you study macroeconomics, full employment's considered like 4%. He says the unemployment numbers are all manufactured. Wouldn't doubt it. He says, no, Blake, we don't need unemployment to go up. That makes no sense. How is losing productivity going to help? See, that's where I find this stuff to be counterintuitive because it's like, how does raising interest rates lower inflation? Mortgage rates are going up. You're paying more money. Car loans are going up. Personal loans are going up. So those prices are going up. So by definition, that's inflation, right? So I get it. I get the macroeconomic aspect of it, but prices for most people that are in debt, which happens to be most people, are going up, because of rising interest rates. He says NVDY is super overvalued. Now, YieldMax that I talk about a lot, they have the NVDY fund that just debuted. We'll look at that. We'll see how that one's trading, but that's based on NVIDIA. Why would NVIDIA drop unless the market does? Well, their earnings are coming. We'll see what they do. Why would you? Now, there's a good point. Would you buy that NVIDIA fund by YieldMax then? That's a great point because, okay, a lot of this audience follows that YieldMax NVDY fund. So if you think NVIDIA is going to drop, why are you buying? Unless you think it's volatility that the dividend's based on. What is this? Shrinks credit. What does that mean? The Fed needs to destroy the wealth effect. They don't have to destroy your actual wealth. They kind of already are. They have to destroy your perception that you are wealthy. Yeah, I don't know if it's a perception or not. Let me catch up on some of these here. AI craze will slow, then it's about EPS. Actually, yeah, go ahead. You want to address that one?
I mean, the wealth, the Fed's goal is just to basically own everything as much as they possibly can. That's what I would perceive. Them and the World Economic Forum / international banks own as much assets as possible and keep people renting. Don't allow them to own anything. Oh, God, here we go. Give me a second. I'm bringing up that NVIDIA stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
NVIDIA.
Let's see here. AI craze will slow, then it's about EPS. Yeah, a lot of tech stocks have been hit hard. Shrink credit then, but don't wait until millions of people lose their job. Yeah, we don't want that. I don't want to go back to like 08 and 09 when there was like 10% unemployment. That sucked. NVIDIA are the future HW platform. HW. What's HW?
NVIDIA. There.
People abbreviate the stuff in the comments section sometimes and they think we're all on the same page here. What's HW? I don't know what he's talking about. Buy the YieldMax NVDY, hedge it with puts. Yeah, he's got a lot of really good strategies. I don't know. I could see it going down. Why would NVIDIA go down when was the last time anyone here used an NVIDIA product? That's kind of a trick question, Jose, because a lot of people probably don't know, but the devices we're on right now probably have NVIDIA products because their chips are pretty much in everything, right? Oh, HW is hardware, and you capitalized it, so I'll remember it now. Thanks for that there, KJK. Good move. I agree the Fed is controlled by its stakeholders, not our government or the people. Well, the Federal Reserve, I usually don't go down this rabbit hole too much, but the Federal Reserve is not federal, even though it's called federal. It's like a private central bank, but that's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah. But it is true. Like, FedEx, Federal Express, it's just a name. Like Federal Express is not like the federal, it's not like the postage service. It just has that name, Like I said, I had a history teacher in high school that said that the way she explained it was that we keep money on reserve to handle crises and whatnot. And if you know macroeconomics, that's not what happens at all. We just print money, basically. But I think that these advanced concepts are kind of over a lot of people's heads, so that just you kind of have to convince yourself of whatever. Okay. Good discussion here, people. Really good. It's not a bank, it's a cartel. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I'm surprised you're saying that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. It's neither federal or reserve. Yeah, exactly. Last few video card launches from NVIDIA have been poop. Okay. I guess you could say the other word on here. Or you could, bleep out one of the letters. All right, we're caught up on comments again. I tried to, before you joined, Andre, I tried to get some of these copy trades people. I just started calling a couple of them. And one lady, it's funny because I guess she went from talking copy trades to thinking like I was flirting with her or something. And we had a fun discussion. But I finally told her, because she said she couldn't talk because she didn't want her husband seeing that I was calling. So I said, well, he'll probably like it if you make a sale. If you can convince me that your copy trade platform's good, your husband will be happy then, because you're bringing in more sales and stuff. You're bringing more money into the household, right? So that was the angle I tried to pursue. But I'm going to get one of these people on here eventually.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see copy trades because, like,
where is Join Jen, by the way? I haven't seen Join Jen. Where is she? I miss her. She usually joins late, but now she's not joining at all.
I mean, just a Forex business alone, like it is very difficult to find anybody who shares anything of not value, anything real. Like,
yeah, great stream. I agree.
Yeah, it's actually very, very interesting about that. I get hit with the copy trades individuals, and it's always the same thing. Like, hey, we made this amount of percentage. I'm like, if you're making so much money, why do you need my money?
Right.
And why would you sell?
Point out they get a referral bonus and whatnot.
And the referral, and it's like, if it works so well, why would you tell anybody about it?
It's funny, the screenshots they send of what they're earning, they're fake, and it's like, it's obviously fake. There was this person here, Angela Cruz. I think I sent you screenshots. I kept trying to get her on, but she said she didn't know what a podcast was. So
maybe she don't.
I said, well, figure out what a podcast is first before we talk any further, you know, because if you don't know what that is and you're copy trading, you probably shouldn't be trading. She's probably not trading anyway. Like these screenshots here. Let's have some fun here. This is this is her withdrawal. This is supposedly a $6,900 withdrawal of Tether, I guess. A lot of times you can look at it for like 5 seconds and you can tell it's like a fake screenshot because something won't line up, something will be misspelled or something. See, like this, there's no date. This is what you guys want to have some fun here. This is the kind of shit that is going on online. So her screen name is Entrepreneur. It's spelled wrong for one thing. So red flag number 1. 6,900 has been successfully withdrawn. So she sent this. I mean, they just think people are stupid. You know, it's crazy. And then she had another one, no date, but it's 5750. And
I mean, interesting. If she's doing this on the crypto market, like, give us the address so we can verify if it's been the address has been verified.
Yeah, I mean, this one has an IP address, but I mean, stuff's misspelled, you know, and it's crazy, you know.
And where did she get the Tether from? Off of Coinbase? Because if it's off of Coinbase, we can see if that transaction has been validated.
Mushrooms share 50% of our DNA. She was probably shrooming before she sent that.
I podcasted this the entire trading industry.
Oh, this woman's flirting with me. This woman, she responded to me. She said, this is funny. I'm having fun on this here. She said that she's worried. She said her husband doesn't like it when she talks to other men, and she's trying to sell me a copy trades thing, and she's got like Bible verses on her on her page. This is funny. You can't make this stuff up.
Maybe.
Well, no, she didn't know what a podcast was, for one thing. She could, but I mean, how legit? How many red flags can you have before? I mean, I just, at some point, if a person can't spell, it's hard for me to take a person seriously if they can't spell, you know. And then they claim they don't know what a podcast is. I mean, what century you're living in, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this issue, that's all true. I mean, like, can you just verify your trades?
Right.
And that's like a kryptonite question. Like any question you guys want to ask a Forex trader or a copy trader, ask them for a P&L. And they're just, I can't do that.
For this comment, no, I haven't yet. I got your email. I'm going to connect with them soon. he asked, what books do you recommend? Let me catch up here on the comments. The entire trading industry is super scummy. I can recommend some good books on how to read markets and how to trade. Oh, yeah, type them in the comments. Don't accept the fish they attempt to hand you. Demand that they teach you how to fish. Hey, you must have read my channel description, because that's what I talk about. You know why I say that in the channel description? Because a lot of people that I've encountered, they just want a handout. They don't want to like be taught how to fish. They just want, oh, here's the fish. But if you do that, and that's why I say that in my channel description, because if you do that, you're never going to really help the person. You're just, oh, here's free fish. But teach them how to fish, you know, and you change their world, right? Think twice about eating stir fries. Mushrooms share 50% of our DNA. A podcast is a skillet for cooking vegetables. She might have thought that, or maybe cooking shrooms or something, or sniffing shrooms. The dominant hardware, see, I remembered it because you capitalized it, platform for AI gaming is NVIDIA. It's a long game. AI is just starting. Overhyped, yes, but still moving forward until further notice. NVIDIA and AMD. Okay. Oh, we're caught up on the comments here. Okay, good. Kind of going in reverse order here.
When it comes to the books and stuff, like I've read a bunch of economic books, trading books, and even for me, like when it comes to trading styles, like the if you read a book and it claims to have its style, so a good example, like Bollinger Bands, right? If the price exceeds Bollinger Bands, you either take a short or a long and exit off the middle moving average. And this can be done in stocks, Forex, and stuff. Every strategy that ever came by, I always back tested it and floor tested it or live tested it, and it truly just ends up in this mush, like just basically bad. So I tell you, like the best strategies are strategies that you create yourself, because the strategy that if someone's giving out a strategy, most likely it doesn't work. Just how it is, like it is very like even my own personal strategies. I've never given out a personal strategy because it takes months for one robot or a strategy to work. So, and just a little help for you guys. And if you guys want to back test, actually, yeah, I can give you a tip. If you guys want a tip on back testing, I would test for at least 2 years and a minimum of 100 trades. So take 100 trades in the past based on your strategy, and then live test it for at least 3 months, 6 months with 100 trades volume. Everything in the set of 100, so you can calculate a lot easier to see if it actually pans out right.
So here's the books that he recommended: How to Trade Mind Over Markets by James Dalton, and On Markets by J. Peter Steidelmeyer.
I've never heard of those. Trade markets. Let's check them out. Why not? Always down to read a new book.
Yeah, I definitely need to read more too.
And then actually, there's one thing you said about someone's indicator. So a little tip for you guys. If you are using common indicators like RSI, moving averages, and stuff like that, the big institutions, they don't typically use those, because normally what people do is that everyone has their trading style, but they end up trading very similar to their counterpart, and they end up taking the same type of losses. And in my experience, when I see people trade like that, because I constantly trade, like I take like just this week, I've probably taken over like 500 trades, and you have to evaluate what indicator you're using. So if you're going to use an indicator, guys, of any sort, please fact check and back check to see if the indicator is worth it. So a good example is get a collection of like 50 indicators and compare them to each other and trade in the past to see if they're valuable. So if you take 100 trades with 50 indicators and set, just say 10 indicators out of that group did the best, then you should value them. That's the way. Most indicators, in my opinion, are just garbage.
Yeah, so he mentioned some others here. Definitely read Reminiscences of a Stock Operator about Jesse Livermore and Anton Creel. Gives great lessons about how everyone else is trying to take your money. Trust no one. It's scary. Like a lot of the ads that even come on our channels, like if somebody if they're not working, they spend most of their day online, you can get scammed out of a lot of money. And some of these salespeople, they're like master manipulators. They're really good. Like I was telling, remember the two that we had on from that iBoomerang?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if I told you, but I canceled that and I did get a refund. But that guy, Jason, he was good. I mean, I even, just so you all know, like I even get scammed myself sometimes. I'm probably more gullible, but what salespeople do, they appeal to your ego. Like they start complimenting you, and it's easy sometimes for people to fall for it. You know, that's why a lot of these multi-level marketing, for one thing, they put attractive people up there. You know, they have like a blonde, you know, like they put the most, like they put models up there basically, like people that you would want to like aspire, you know, to either know or to be or whatnot. They look successful, you know, so they do that, and the people are very manipulative for one thing, and it's tough, you know. Uh-oh. Why do you say that? I don't think I'm a scammer. I think I'm honest, but not sure how to take that.
Plus hold yourself.
No, he was, after I started going into that, he goes, so that means you're a scammer. But that's the thing. So these people are like really smooth talkers, and I'm saying I've been scammed myself. Luckily, sometimes you get your money back, sometimes you don't. But just so everybody knows, I mean, I've been scammed myself. He says, for trading psychology, you all need to watch Mark Douglas seminars. Mentally, you have to rely on statistics and lean into your edge. You have to take on a mindset where you become the casino. I will say trading has gotten a lot harder in the last 2 years. I thought I had it down to a science. I could just do call options and things would run up great. You know, have that $70,000 Danaher example that I've talked about and whatnot. But it used to be a lot easier. Now it's trading. I feel like you really have to be good at trading in this market, for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that up there for a second.
If you guys are going to start trading, I would recommend just doing a demo account for at least 1 year. And if you can't flip that, then live trading is possibly not for you. But I mean, how do I say this? I have maybe 12 different demo accounts and a couple live. So I always measure myself against myself.
You know what you should do? You should do the TD Ameritrade $200,000 demo account and say, oh, here's my money. Look at this. And then put it all in TSLY and say, look, I'm making $50,000 in dividends on this one fund. You know, I'm sure there's some YouTubers that do that.
Oops, let me write this down. Just try some of the stuff out.
The funny thing, I was better in demo trading than in real trading, believe it or not. Like, I actually did better because after I started, I won on my first several trades, and I'm like, oh, I've got this down. You know, I'm ready to do this. And then I started in real trading. I didn't do as well. Yeah, but the market flipped. 2022, the market started flipping. And that was tough.
And then, actually, I'm happy you brought that up about market flipping. So for me, and for just basically, I have different strategies because most strategies don't work all the time. Like they work in periods.
My audience is smart. Like my audience knows exactly where I'm going. There's this other channel. He's on the same page. I like that. We're on the same page. Anyway, continue.
Which channel?
Continue. There's another channel we were talking about that he's actually surpassed both of our channels in a relatively short period of time. Yeah.
No way.
He wasn't even monetized, and I'm gonna try to get him on. I don't want to bash too much because I want to get the guy on.
What's his channel?
It's called Unconventional Wealth Ideas. But it's funny because I was more or less implying something, and the audience kind of picked up on it.
I've been doing YouTube for such a long time now, and it just seems like people, if it's entertainment, people will buy it. If it's real or close to being part of the real world trading, it's not gonna sell so much on YouTube.
Right. I started with $50 and trade single shares at a time. Oh, okay. What does?
Let me see.
Some of my audience follows that channel too. Like I said, I do want to get the person on, but I'm just.
I think your channel's better.
I'm shocked the growth of the channel. I mean, his thumbnails are better than mine for sure, but he's getting like thousands of views per video, and he's already like blown past my subscriber count in like a month.
Yeah, he's gonna pass me up. Maybe the end of this month.
Cornerstone groupie, he's down like 30,000 on that investment. He's fine now. Okay, so since you brought that up, what I noticed, because I looked at one or two of his videos, he's got a lot of money, but as one of you told me, he's actually older than I would have thought. So apparently been trading since he was like 16 or whatever. But what he does, it's all dividend stocks. And at one point, his portfolio was up to like $100,000 in dividend payouts off of
annually.
500,000. Yeah, but he's in all of these funds that are paying like these crazy, 20, 30%, basically not necessarily sustainable. So that's how that's happening.
Is this live or demo?
He's in love with the fact that Cornerstone drips at net asset value. Yeah, I guess that one does. But you know what? Cornerstone. So people in the audience keep asking me about these Chinese funds. I think that's one. Cornerstone. Cornerstone. Let me see here. CLM. Yeah, that's the one. I don't see. Look at that. Would you buy that? Look at what it did and look at where it is now. You see? It's like
actually, I think I used to own CLM.
So it's a 19% dividend yield. But if you look back to like, it used to trade at like almost $150 a share, but it's down to like, and it's fallen off a cliff again since April. 1397. It's down to like 770.
Actually, let me bring this up. I think I actually bought this stock.
That's not good. Hoffman's pointing out a lot of good stuff here. He has only like 200K, 800K in margin. That's very risky. Wouldn't do that.
Margin in stocks?
Yeah. I don't want to plug the channel, but you'll have to watch one or two of the videos and see.
Actually, I'm gonna check it out right now.
He's actually he does editing, or he has somebody do it for him. I wouldn't mind comparing notes because I kind of need to brush up or step up my game in regards to that. Because you start to hit a wall. Like some of these videos are getting like 500 or 600 views, but you start to hit a wall without better thumbnails, better editing, and whatnot. So. Yeah.
It's actually interesting. Some of the channels I follow, they don't change their thumbnail, the exact same thumbnail.
If you've noticed, I'm actually doing the same thing. I used basically the same thumbnail. I have the money dripping, the face, which is like a year old now. And then I just use basically PowerPoint font, and that's the thumbnail basically. But I've been getting a lot more views talking about these funds, but I'm not getting the views that this other channel is getting. So.
It could be that. I mean,
words on his iPad, really painful to watch. So let me ask you then. So my videos are easier to watch than his, is what you're saying? That's what I take it that you're saying.
It's actually interesting. I would like to see if his audience would watch my videos to see what they would say.
Yeah.
Because I don't do much. I mean, I could do dividends. It's
one
so
nation,
difficult.
Massive debt. With spending and entitlements for all. Oh, I thought you were rewriting the pledge or something there for a second. High Income Guide by Andrew Packer. So that must be another book. The face doesn't even look. Well, it's funny because I look different a lot of times. Like in different pictures at different angles, I look like different people. I don't think I had the glasses on at that time. And I probably look a little bit darker just based on the angle, but it's like a shocked face. It's like, what was I? Like this or something. So. Yeah, sometimes I look different. I've lost weight since then. I know that. Yes.
His channel is interesting.
Offer unrealistic, unsound practices, and they will watch more. So Hoffman and I think are kind of on the same page about that channel. I don't want to say too much, but
it's crazy. He's buying the same stocks that I bought.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because he talks about the same stocks that I talk about too.
Yeah, some of them. Me and you have similar positions in some stocks.
Yeah.
Mine's mainly commodities based. This commodities based one he's in, like SJT. I was in that for a long time.
I think I subscribe to him.
Maybe. I have no idea, but usually when it comes to trading like this, I always want to see someone's account if I have to follow them. Like it has to be like real. Because the way he's like, I'm looking at some of his indicators on some of his videos, and I know they're not good. It's not possible. Ugh. 5 moving averages.
Video, he's averaging like 500 views. He's got like 1,000 on one. But like, see the like OARK, NVDY, like he's talking about basically the same stocks that I talk about for the most part.
Passive income, financial freedom through stocks and markets, stock market dividends.
He's uploaded 232 videos.
I mean, me and you got him on the views though. I'm hitting. I think
no, he surpassed me. I'm still, my views are like in the almost 90,000, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I think maybe how close am I to 300,000?
Well, you've been at it for a while too.
Oh yeah.
I'm at 88,821, but it's like it's delayed by a day.
235,000.
Okay.
Almost at 1,800 subscribers. Woo!
My views, since I started talking about all these things, my views have definitely started going up a lot more.
Oof.
SJT, who's SJT, or is that a fund? Follow his portfolio.
SJT, yeah, SJT is a fund that got pretty much slapped in the face. But if you bought in the recent months, it pulled up pretty good.
San Juan Basin Royalty Trust. Something. Speaking of San Juan, we were going back to what we were saying. So Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
No,
so
it's not.
It's a territory. Right?
It's a territory that's protected militarily, but they do not follow the same rules. They have their own. This is its own separate country. So if you move there, you don't have to pay capital gains taxes.
Oh, because I've heard of crypto people going there.
Yeah, I mean that's why the main reason like Mike Maloney or Peter Schiff or big banks moved to Puerto Rico just to avoid capital gains taxes.
Interesting.
I mean that's like I think that's the only route Americans can go, either Puerto Rico or the other route of get rid of your citizenship. That's the only way out. Let me see. NRT pays 20% dividend. SJT is awesome. I agree with you. That's crazy. But maybe I'll make a stock video. Maybe. Let's see how that does.
NRT. What's NRT? Let me look that one up.
Let me see how many NRT shares have I bought. Control F.
North European Oil Royalty.
Yeah.
He never talks about total returns. All those divvies don't mean anything if you're losing money. I agree, and that was one of the first things. If you remember, one of the first things I pointed out about that channel is that his overall portfolio is down. Passive income investing is a bigger one. Kind of the same niche, but he's got like 60,000 subscribers, I think, which that's encouraging because that means there's a future for this kind of content, right? Dividends aren't guaranteed. Yeah, don't we know that? We learned that with TSLY. It's a tax haven. The U.S. government set it up that way to help stimulate their economy instead of giving them full statehood. But they were bankrupt at one point until that hurricane hit them at the kind of the right time, oddly enough. They were bankrupt. Yes, with the timing on that was super weird. They were like bankrupt, and then that hurricane hit, and then then they got their money.
I hope
he's big on what it takes monthly. Huh?
I hope they don't become a state.
Well, that's what they want. The Democrats want that because there'll be 2 more senators, and they want to make Washington D.C. They want to make Washington D.C. a state too.
Oof. But they can't legally.
They'd have permanent Senate control because that would be 4 Senate seats that would always be Democrat.
They're typically the same thing. Democrat, Republicans, in my opinion, there.
See, what people don't understand though, it's like a check and balance thing because people say, "Oh, well, the Senate's not fair because a state like Wyoming has 2 senators and a state like California has 2 senators." The Senate, if you study the Constitution and whatnot, the system, the Senate is even. It's 2 senators per state, whereas the House is by population. So there's checks and balances. Western Samoa, yeah, I don't think they want to make that one a state, but yeah. Anyway.
At least if the leaders knew anything about just basic finance, they would never in their lives join in.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they trade well on their inside info in Congress.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. If you want to find the best stock traders, look at Congress, man. They never lose. Like it'd be a rare day to see like Nancy Pelosi take a losing trade.
Have you heard of? There's some funds now based on how Congress trades. There's a Republican one and a Democrat one.
Yeah, they somehow they never lose. Like,
yeah, it's called Cruz, KRUZ. It's called Unusual Whales Subversive Republican Trading ETF. And then there's one for the Democrats too.
I was buying NRT in 2018.
Guess what the ticker for the Democrats one is?
Oh, what is it?
Nancy. NANC. And it's Unusual Whales Subversive Democratic Trading ETF. That's funny. Somebody's got jokes because the Republican one's Cruz and then the Democratic one's Nancy.
I would say so. These individuals, like, how to say it? Like, if you guys ever, this is why I like to talk about politics, is most of my trading revolves around politics, because if the corrupt ones are not going to make the markets not profitable for them. So if you follow them, you typically will stay in profit.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got NVIDIA call options last July, because Nancy Pelosi, she was still speaker at the time, and they passed that big CHIPS Act. So I that's when I bought it, and it worked out. I just should have kept it longer, you know. He says, "You're telling me I can buy calls on corruption if you time it right." The thing about it is, there's some sites, like there's a site called housestockwatcher.com, but it's delayed. So by the time you get the information, it's already like 2 weeks delayed, you know.
Which, I mean, they got so much buffer because their reporting requirements is like 30 days, and then if they don't report in 30 days, they take a $200 fine. So,
why JP Morgan stocks? Why the hate on JP Morgan? You're not a Jamie Dimon fan? He is a jerk about the going into the office policy.
What is that?
No, Jose Guzman says just buy JPM stocks. I wonder why the hate on
JPM. Let me see.
But the AI bot right now is up. Yeah, I have some JP Morgan stock. It keeps running up because I did last year, because it dropped so much. I did a covered call on it, and I'm gonna have to get out of it at some point. It's almost
people are buying JP.
Huh?
You're buying this right now?
Who?
Ooh. JPM looks dangerous.
Well, it peaked in like October 2021, and then it dropped all the way down to like 105, and then it's been coming back actually.
Wrong. Let's look at the wrong chart. Okay, so JPM's at $138.45. Okay.
Oh, all the big banks do this. I think they're guilty of laundering mob money, colluding with hostile foreign actors. Oh yeah, well, all the big banks. Just like and it's funny because they all have these anti-money laundering divisions, and it's like, well, what do they do? It's like just like the whole war on drugs and whatnot. We could go down those rabbit holes too, like with the FBI and whatnot. The whole thing at the border, you know, I think it's just a massive.
I got something to tell you about the border. I posted a video about the border, and YouTube took away my views.
Really?
Like, they took away my AdSense for the here. I'll send you a screenshot of it.
Is Vegas close to the border?
Oh heck no! We got like super duper far away, but
yeah, but you're not that far. I mean, what, Arizona is below it?
Arizona, and then New Mexico under that. But
yeah,
YouTube does not want people sharing the video of the White House and the White House and the border. So I posted that video, and it instantly, like, even on the upload, YouTube said that. Hey, let me read you their notes, since.
They took it down?
No, they said limited view. All my videos about that is on limited view.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, and that's during the upload. When I uploaded the video about it, it talks about the border and the White House. They talk about improving it. We're helping the immigration problem. It says adds to suitability. I have to have submit a 60-day file or complaint to repeal this.
Really?
On the upload, yeah.
Wow. After that, what was it? That Title 42 or whatever got lifted.
It actually kind of pisses me off a lot. Yeah. Every video I talk about politics, they like I posted a video about Nancy Pelosi, Insider Trader, a few days ago. They almost got 600 views. And even that one right there, like, just dies off.
Yeah. That happens to every video, though. It seems like it takes off. Like, I have videos that get maybe 2,000 views, but then they just die off after a while. You just have to keep on uploading, basically.
This whole YouTube game.
Yeah.
Let me see. Dividends aren't guaranteed yet, but but the AI bot is up. Paul Varden. You guys know what an AI robot looks like? Has anyone actually traded with an AI robot?
I know you do.
AI robots are typically like I haven't personally seen any artificial intelligence robot trade. They usually run with parameters that are pre-programmed. Nothing that can be learned by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like a set of rules within rule sets. But for something to learn by itself, it's possible, but I highly doubt it's in the markets. Usually markets are robots that trade in the markets trade based off of order requirements or order zones, because they have the ability to see where everyone's at, which would be nice. If you can see where everyone's big order is at, losing a trade won't be really possible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Python? Most trading macros is written in Python. I can program in C++, MQL4, MQL5, and let's see.
Python's
I
like
do
business. That's like the basic one, right? The kind of like business language.
not Python, but I would something like Frank M. Give me a second. Oh, that guy's calling me. Give me a second.
Oh, get him on. Get him on. Put it on speaker. Put it on speaker. Put it on speaker. So those of you that stayed, we might have a reward here.
Hello?
Hello, Andre.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Give me a second. You're calling me from Telegram? Give me 1 second, guys.
Yes, I'm asking you.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is a different person. Let me. I'm actually on a phone call right now on a live stream. Can I get back to you in a few minutes?
I was just asking a simple question. Just two questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Which expert advisor do you use?
I program all my own and create all my own.
Okay. So you have one that you trust.
I have like maybe like 18 run on my live accounts, and the rest are on Devon.
Okay. So which one do you use more?
All of them. They're all used on different live accounts and different servers. Hey, let me call you back real quick, okay?
Okay.
Give me 1 second. It's a client.
I thought that was our guy. Darn. I was like, yes.
They have similar first names. I'm like,
oh, because he had an accent. So I was like, I didn't know if this guy had an accent or not.
Oh, well. You guys see that when it comes KuCoin are free bots, no coding. I would say this: if you use any type of robot, never use a robot that you did not create yourself, because you don't know how it's programmed. You don't know how it can manage risk. Oh, such an interesting topic. KuCoin are free robots. Cool. See? Man.
Didn't the mob build Las Vegas too? Just going back to this comment here.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Because was it Lake Mead? Lake Mead is like draining, and they're starting to find interesting stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's actually funny. Like even in some of the there's if you go in Vegas, there all the land north of Las Vegas and around Las Vegas is all casino land, like casino land, and they basically like, I mean, they have a tight hold on everything. Like, I wish it's kind of interesting if you're in like in the mob, like they have so much control over one city.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of got into that movie, The Irishman. They got into that about Vegas.
Joe Pesci, Jimmy Hoffa.
Hey, this is funny based on what someone mentioned. This was hanging the local bar. Yeah.
Oh man, if you bring him up, it'd be.
Someone already did. I didn't have to.
Yeah, if you bring him up, it's like the views is.
Yeah. That's okay. That's why I do it live. Do it live, right? Joe Pesci put Jimmy Hoffa in there. I actually saw it from the plane, Lake Mead. No, Mormons are like all in Utah, I thought. Well, they're kind of like on the West Coast.
Mormons built Vegas. I have no idea if they built it or not, but I'll say Mormons are like I've met a couple Mormons when I went to when I was in the military around the bases.
Mm-hmm.
They are. It's just such an interesting conversation with them. Like it's just like different dynamics.
I've met a lot of them too. They're very like reserved people. Like they're nice at first, but they're the type of people I feel like you could make an inappropriate comment or something like that, then they just ghost you. You never hear from them again. And it's like, what did I do? You know, there's a lot of people like that. It's like, what did I do? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some cool bars like on the Fremont side.
Ooh, yeah, Fremont.
And there's one that when they used to test atomic bombs in the desert, they would watch from like the second floor of there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually went to it when I was there.
Also, if it's on Fremont, I mean, you get the stratosphere.
I don't know if this guy's just having fun with us now or what. But what about Fremont?
Fremont Street. I mean, that's like the best place for Vegas.
The
strip is so tiring.
Everything's the strip's very corporate, but everything's like so expensive on weekends. Like you can go during the weekend, the hotel's like $40, but it's like $200 on a weekend.
And then those hotel fees make no sense.
Well, luckily the group I was in, because I'm in an investor group, and luckily we got those waived. They kept trying to charge me for it though. I was like, no, we got it waived. It's like extortion. It's ridiculous because things used to be cheap in Vegas because people are there gambling, but even the buffets are like $17 now.
Yeah, $17, and they don't allow military discount or citizens like locals discount anymore.
Really,
and parking is super expensive there.
Yeah, I stayed at South Point, away from the Strip, but it's a full casino and whatnot.
I said the best place to stay would be either the Luxor or the Hilton.
Oh yeah, the Hilton. They used to, I think a long time ago, they had like a Star Trek thing there, like Star Trek Park, but it's been gone for a while.
Let me
see if I can find that picture. Where was that? If I'm not mistaken, that's Lake Mead from the plane, and you can see how it's like receded. You can see
the water level. The water level's been really dry.
You can see where the water level was. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. If it dries up, we'll be in some pain.
That's right over it. Yeah. That's why I like window seats.
My job is so involving, I might go offline anymore. Okay.
Yep.
Understand. Why people are so pushy right now? You see? Oh, actually, I got a question for the audience about actually a good topic. What asset do you guys think would do the best for, like, just say this coming presidency? You guys have any ideas who you think stocks do the best, real estate?
Depends on who
crypto?
The president is, right? You think it's going to be 4 more years of Biden?
Ooh. Oh my.
I'm just assuming it will be. You know.
Yeah, if Biden wins, I think we might not have a recession. They might paper over it.
Yeah.
As much as they possibly can. But
that's a funny comment.
I think crypto might do really good if he stays president.
Someone on the live stream yesterday, they had an interesting, I don't know if you'd call it a theory, but they said basically every time Bitcoin halves, crypto is going to like have a really good year. Yeah, you know, I liked Andrew Yang. He had some good ideas.
Yeah, he did, especially the added value tax. I like his taxing idea about that.
Yeah.
I think that he couldn't have won. Right? It just.
Yeah.
How did Biden win? It's like yeah.
Oh, I won't get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But natural gas is super cheap right now. Not gold. Whoa, who's talking about gold? What did he say?
He's trying to trigger you on gold. He wanted to get into a gold discussion earlier.
If he wants to, I just tell him like gold's like literally gold commodities is going to go into a super cycle, and you might see gold at 10,000 or even higher.
Yeah. You guys had an interesting discussion on gold last time.
I think silver is easily going to beat $200 in purchasing power, at least, not in nominal prices. Well, many people found. Wait a second.
Hey, I want to join that club.
When
you all figure out how, let me know.
Found ways.
See, if you're employed, if you're like in a corporate job, it's kind of hard to get out of income tax.
Income tax. Why?
Of course, they'll come after me for $100. You know, they'll harass me for $100. You know,
taxes are just the way we have it now. How the IRS can basically destroy. Yeah, oh my God. Think about being.
You think so?
IRS can just. I would hate to be audited right now. It'd be so expensive.
Yeah. Well, what they do, like, well, for me, they don't do these audits. They send you a letter that, hey, you owe us this. And it's not really an audit. They just say, you know, you owe us this.
Is that interesting? How do they determine that?
Hey, so I got to ask Paul Varden here. So you say someone else will step up, like the Florida governor, you think? DeSantis?
I hope he would.
Done. I think he's fizzling out.
If DeSantis became president, let's say hypothetically, is him, he won't Biden, because Biden's the front runner for the Democrats. I don't think Biden and any person will have a one-on-one discussion. Because
really?
Because they're already talking about the town hall or the debates for Democrats are not. They're not going to do it.
Well, honestly, I think with all the stuff they're doing to Trump, I think they pretty much guaranteed he's going to be the nominee at this point.
Yeah.
Unless they try to subvert, you know, the delegate process and whatnot. I think Trump, you're pretty much going to have a rematch at that point, and it's going to come down to people in the middle. You know, it's like, do you like Biden or did you like things better under Trump?
It's going to be. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to draw it. Give me a second. Let me draw this real quick. It'll take like 5 seconds. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then he says Biden will have gas over $5, probably higher than that, honestly.
Well, guys, I'm not.
DeSantis doesn't have much charisma, and he's so focused on Disney and the culture wars and whatnot. I mean, I get it; that's important for the base, but you know,
if we have Biden and Trump, you know, run again, we might have this happen. So Biden's the blue.
I remember that they were making memes out of that. Well, that's why I say, you know, we may have 2 terms of Biden, you know?
Yeah.
I remember that. That's one of the, if you know, you know, right?
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
After voting too. Just.
Oh, like 3 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Totally above water. Yeah, that would be cool. I just don't think that's ever going to happen, you know? I knew Varden wouldn't like Florida governor, you know. Maybe I can run.
What about JFK? Not JFK.
RFK?
RFK, yeah.
He has no chance because of his vaccine stance. He's got no chance.
That whole... I would say if DeSantis did win, to say he hypothetically won, I think...
I don't know about this one. You think?
The Senate would they would do everything against him. Because he probably have that. Yeah, because he'll have the House maybe for 1 or 2 years.
Mm-hmm. But I love getting into this discussion. These are always basic. Sorry to interrupt you, but like every time it's like you can have this discussion like at a bar, you can have it at like a family gathering or whatever, but it's like gas prices. And someone always says American presidents have almost no control over the price of gas. We give them way too much credit, badmouth them too much. See, my opinion, not to go too far down this rabbit hole, but you know, we're too dependent on OPEC and whatnot. We could do more here to drill, but I have to disagree with you a bit because I really believe that the current administration, they want more people driving Teslas and whatnot. So they haven't done all they can to, you know, keep on using oil and whatnot. And say what you will about that, but we still need oil for a while, you know. And I think for my California people on here, I think Newsom wants everybody to be on electric cars before long. That is another thing. Speaking of Newsom could run and he could win, you know. I know, scary, right?
Man. How do people even vote
I mean,
for
not
him?
scary.
Like,
I'm sure he could be great. You know,
I would say my opinion on the president. The president has 100% control over gas because they can stop all permits for. They can stop allowing permits for more drilling. They can stop allowing permits for it to be transferred.
JFK could run.
Right. I would say that.
You know what? It's funny. There were people that thought like his son was still alive, JFK Jr. What was it like the QAnon people? That was their big thing, that his son was still alive. That would be cool. You know, like, what do they say? Like Tupac, supposedly, like people have faked their own death. You know, that would be cool to see somebody come back from the dead, so to speak. You know,
and vote. I mean, DeSantis is just controlled opposition, just like Trump was.
Oh, this is getting fun. I don't know. I mean, it's like lesser of two evils. It's like it's going to come down to, were things better under Trump or under Biden? And honestly, I have to say, just being unobjective, to me, things were better under Trump. We had less inflation and whatnot, but he's mean, you know. So.
Yeah, but one thing I like about Trump, no more invasions.
Yeah. Right. Well, the whole Russia-Ukraine thing wasn't going on, but I don't want to sound like I'm one way or the other. I'm just, honestly, I mean, if it comes down, it's going to come down to people in the middle, you know, and a lot of people in the middle they say, well, mean tweets and whatnot. That's what's going to decide, you know. So.
Yeah. I mean, unless we have this again.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much I want to get into that, but last great Democrat president, I'd probably say JFK. Last, like, real president.
Yeah, because he for me, I would agree on that, because since he's the only president to get rid of the Federal Reserve, and
or
somehow,
tried to, yeah, that may have gotten him.
It's a big no-no. We don't do that over here.
Oh, engineer said we don't control OPEC because they're a coalition formed to resist our influence on them. Yes, Biden could be doing more. He could be forcing a tax on untapped wells.
I mean,
he says we shot him. That's I don't know why I'm laughing. That just the way you worded that was.
Trump didn't do anything different.
Ran at debt and broke. Well, I'm not defending him, but when COVID happened, you know, everything kind of changed. I think that what's the province in Alaska, Anwar, that they get? There's all this oil, but it's like some wildlife refuge, but it's like a rock basically. He got us drilling there. There was some plan going around where we could sell oil to the rest of the world, but I think, and I guess this might be my tinfoil hat conspiracy moment, but there's something with OPEC where I think that there's some deal, some international deal where basically oil has to be sold in US dollars, but it has to be bought from those countries. There's something to that, and that's why I think we don't drill more here. I figured somebody would say that. Clinton, well, the 90s were a good decade anyway. Keep in mind, you had Reagan,
didn't do well.
You had the elder Bush.
I would say, man.
But Clinton, I agree. Once, you know, Clinton was more moderate, I think. You are right, actually. He did pay down debt. Now, there's a difference. I know what you're going to say. There's a difference between debt and deficit. So he did have us at like a surplus, deficit-wise. This is where they mislead you, because your deficit, it's like your credit card deficit, you know, for like how much you go in the hole every month versus your debt, your national debt. The debt has grown under every president. Now, yeah, Clinton did have us at a surplus deficit-wise when you look at deficit surplus, but from the national debt, every president increases the national debt. And that's true. He did. Well, that was the Congress, I think, and then he assigned it because I think Newt Gingrich was speaker, so he had like a Republican Congress and whatnot. But he pivoted once that happened. He was actually, I agree, he was a skilled politician. What did he say? Trust me, we should have saved that oil for 100 years from now when it would be trading at 1,000 a barrel. Oh, I agree. I mean, but it seems like a lot of our people that represent us, they don't look out for our interests. Jimmy Carter, I guess he was a nice guy, but I don't know. I wasn't alive back then. This discussion is getting interesting.
I would say, would the audience agree? Out of our current presidents, we have Clinton, Obama, Trump, Biden, and Bush. The best one, I think the best president out of them is Trump, and the worst will be
Biden.
Obama, and then Biden
Really?
as a close. Yeah, Obama was the worst president, like by numbers.
I would actually rather have Obama.
Oh,
than Biden.
Okay, yeah. I think
We didn't have
least,
inflation. We didn't have inflation.
Obama
like
at least can talk.
Yeah,
like Obama can have a conversation. At least lie to you and sound good. Like President Biden be like, "What are we talking about?"
Right. But at least under Obama, like the market did well, and we didn't have crazy inflation like we have now. We actually things were flat for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say they papered over everything, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say with him doing what he did is one of the main problems we have today. Massive, like his. I mean, oh my God. And there's so many things that he did. That's why I was not a fan of Obama.
See, I think so. Reaganomics, from what I know he spent a lot like on military defense and whatnot. Basically, like outspent the Soviets, so to speak, right? So that's under his watch, like the Berlin Wall fell and all that. But yeah, there was a lot of probably frivolous spending that went on under him.
I mean, we got that just from Ukraine.
Oh yeah, oh we do. Did you see that CNN? There was a CNN town hall, and I'm surprised it backfired. They let Trump on the town hall,
Wow,
and they were like, they kept asking, "Do you support Ukraine?" and this and that, and they couldn't get a straight answer out of him. But I was shocked that they actually did that. That they let him.
I don't understand why they even had a one-on-one conversation with him, because Trump will pretty much destroy most speakers. Because just President Biden is not. He doesn't have a good rap sheet right now. His his stats are like really, really bad. That's why I see why.
Did you see that woman that accused him that court case? I don't think he did anything with that woman, honestly. She's old.
Yeah, I mean, they will. How it says the news, the people who control the media, control what's happening now, will do anything they can to make him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a good president, maybe he's a bad president, but I know the goal is to make him look bad as much as they possibly can. I mean, even if I don't like him or dislike him.
Yeah, this is somewhat true. The Reaganomic stuff. Yeah. I mean, his answers were funny, like about the debt and whatnot. He was like, he said, "Oh, they should totally default," but then the lady was like, "Yeah, but you didn't say that when you were president." He's like, "Of course not, because I was president. I had a different answer. I'm running now, so my answer is different."
Yeah, I mean, at least that's another thing about. At least I like that he can talk without a script.
Yeah. Oh, I vaguely remember that. Well, I don't think Biden could draw anything if he wanted to, but not to get down that rabbit hole, but that's what it's going to come down to the next time. I mean, like you said, if they don't arrest him or something, if he's there at the end and it's him versus Biden, it's going to come down to people in the middle, basically.
Yep, so, a whole bunch of.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going to have a lot of people. You're going to have people that don't like Trump, but it's like it's a lesser of two evils kind of a thing. You're going to have people that say, things were kind of better under him, even though he's a meanie and his tweets hurt people's feelings and whatnot. That's what it's going to come down to, or like what you drew. That could end up.
Biden's tweets hurt me, especially all the lies.
Biden is a robot, or at least had major. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that. You know what? The Gini coefficient. I remember learning about this in economics. Reagan cut taxes so much the Gini index expanded. As it gets worse, the cost of thriving index is pricing the working class out of the. Now, the Gini coefficient, that was like income inequality, right? Yeah. I remember that. Very stable genius. That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to look all this up. I haven't heard the Gini index. I haven't heard that since undergrad economics. So glad you mentioned that there. Cost of thriving index.
More stuff to research.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yep. I mean, even me, I study a lot about economics and just money in general. There's always new things. Cost of right.
Anyway, all right. Well, we've been going a while.
Yeah.
I think I'm about good. Really good discussion.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Especially about what's it called the auto traders. What's it called? Copy traders.
Oh, copy scammers. Yeah, that's what they are. They're scammers.
I mean, if they do make money, I would love to see it. I'm really be interested.
I get really, some of them I'll talk to, like if they're friendly, but when they get real impatient and they start like with the ... and stuff, and are you there? Are you there? I just respond no,
Sure. I mean, it just, yeah. Thank you guys for the discussion. It's been really fun.
Really good.
Sorry about being late. Just
didn't want to divide the audience there at the end, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you were driving, and our person ghosted us anyway.
Yeah, be nice, but no. I would say have a great night. Get some rest. Take care.
Yeah. I got to rest up this leg. I did something to my left leg, and I'm like having a hard time walking. I don't know what I did.
I got to hit the gym.
Yeah, I went to the gym. I had to kind of back off because my left leg, I did something. I strained my thigh or something.
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of a little sidebar question. Do you think another epidemic will happen?
Oh yeah, if Trump gets another term, they'll do something. There will be another pandemic. There will be some kind of a black swan event. Definitely, and that's what concerns me about him coming back, because there will be something. I'm sure of it.
It'll be something. It's going to be. We'll see.
Yeah.
How many down economics times has? Oh, actually, before I exit, do you guys think there's a real distinction between Republicans and Democrats? Do people actually think there's an actual difference between them?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. It's like WWE. It's like they all kind of
same team.
Yeah.
They're really good actors. Like I watch them. I mean, I watch their live voting. They'll talk a good game, and then they just vote. And I'm like, did he just say the? Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we had term limits. That would solve this whole problem.
Well, we do for president, but not for Senate and for Congress.
We've seen, what is it, 4-year term limits at most, and then Nancy Pelosi's reign will go away.
Yeah. Well, the Senate is 6-year terms, but they can run. Somebody can be there for like 30 years.
Actually, I think the problem would be that the voters are keep voting them in, or
agree.
We have this in California with Gavin Newsom.
Well, that's probably one of the number one states for that, because did you see like the last time like 11 million people voted or something? I know there's a lot of people in that state, but I'm sorry, Biden got like 11 million votes from that state, and if you look, Hillary Clinton got like 8 million or something, and it's like Trump actually got 6 million from that state. That was like his number one vote total in California, which it should be, because it's a very populated state, right?
Big population with many people leaving.
Yeah. But I've been in that state a lot. I've driven down the whole state pretty much, and there was all kinds of anti-Newsom signs, but he won in a landslide, so go figure.
Paul Varden says Republican pro-business, Democrats pro-people.
I'll leave that one alone.
Oh, man. I wish we could talk offhand. You'd be like...
Big business, right? Well, I've invited him on. He can always come on here. Sam Bankman-Fried was bribing both Democrats and Republicans. Well, I thought... See, so what some people do, they donate to both sides, but if you add them all up, it's like usually skews one way.
Yeah.
They'll donate to both just to kind of play both sides.
And how is it legal? It's interesting. How is it legal for him to be donating billions?
Well, and then it didn't come out until after the midterms, so.
Oh, my God. Man, that's such a... I don't want to go down that route of how.
Yeah, I don't want to divide the audience.
How news typically comes out right after an election period, like Biden's garage secret documents. How they just.
Yeah, and the laptop and stuff. Well, this time it's been out, but they're still not really really covering it. So
news, but yeah, man. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, you guys can hit me up on my channel or on YouTube or on Facebook. It's the same name as you see below, Andre McClendon.
Yep.
And yeah, it's been fun. We can do this next week. Hopefully, we get another guy on.
I'm going to get one of these copy trades people on eventually, even if I just have to call them live, you know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do.
I'm in the MLM Facebook group, and hopefully I can get another one of them on.
Okay.
I don't see why it's so hard to talk to them about. If you like you were saying before, if you want to sell your information, just sell it to the audience.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had one guy today, he tried to get me to sign up first, which is the same strategy that the iBoomerang people did. Tried to get me to sign up first and said, oh, well, once you understand it, it'll make things smooth. I said, no. Just come on and explain to the audience, you know? So.
Oh, actually, they're asking you, where's your Discord group?
Oh, I got to work on that. I've been busy. I still have this thing called a full-time job on top of all this, and they're making us go back into the office too, but I'm going to get all that going.
Yeah, I know that. I know the feeling, man.
One thing I'm going to say about healthcare, and I'll leave it at that. Healthcare is not affordable in this country. We had this whole Affordable Healthcare Act thing, and all it's done is go up and up and up and up. It's ridiculous. Like my premiums like double every year. So, you know, I don't get it. I just want it fixed. I don't care. Whoever can fix it, you know, because what I would like, this is what I want for healthcare, and I think you have this in Canada. I shouldn't have to work forever in a corporate job just to have benefits, or have a wife that she has to work just to have benefits for the family. That's ridiculous. I want to be able to have it without having to work a regular job, you know? So that's the thing.
Do you think that healthcare should be optional? If they don't want to pay, you have to pay?
Well, in some states, I mean, because they got rid of that individual mandate, so you can opt out. I wouldn't recommend it, but.
What about Social Security? Should we be able to opt out of that too?
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. But you know what would happen to the program if people opted out? It would collapse. But that, you know, the money I've put into Social Security, like I would love to have that and have that invested in my own private fund. You know, like it would do way better. You know,
Social Security, Medicare. Oh my gosh, all these things we're forced to pay, and it's not even in the Constitution.
Yeah.
So weird.
Well, and Social Security was never designed for, like in the Great Depression, it was designed so people wouldn't starve. But now it supplements retirement, basically, which it was never designed for.
Yeah, and it's almost nearing zero. We only have 12 years left at most.
Yeah,
Maybe?
This is true. It is a Ponzi. Let me see what he said. We need to deprivatize health insurance while keeping hospitals and doctors and nurses all privatized. Health insurance is predatory. The entire industry doesn't contribute to GDP or DNP vampires. I agree. And the thing is the whole profit motive. What does it incentivize them to cure? If you start actually curing things, what happens to your revenue stream?
Yeah.
You know? I said that on one live stream, and I lost somebody that was in the medical field. But I'm not down on anyone that's in the medical field. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, noble people in the medical field, certainly. But I'm just saying, from a theoretical standpoint, the more stuff you cure, the less money you make, right?
And if you tell people to, you know, exercise, sleep regularly, reduce stress.
No, we can't do that. No. We focus on treating stuff. We can't tell people to exercise or eat better.
I like that Dr. Fauci question. Dr. Fauci, do you think people should exercise, diet before they take the COVID shot? And they just take the COVID shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that. Take the.
Yeah. Don't lose me my audience here. Yeah. We're already kind of dividing the audience a little bit. It's all right.
All right, man. I gotta go.
All right. Good chat. Yep. Good live stream. All right. Take care. Thanks, everybody. See you on the flip side.
Is it are we still live?
Oh, no, I'm ending it now.